Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, this is Brian and Christina from Your HealthySteps, and we are the creators of the Ultimate Foam Roller Blueprint. And so we're going to talk about today one of the most powerful muscles in your body. And it affects your posture, your breathing. It also affects the movement of your arms. So if you can't put your arms behind your back, right? If you're having trouble reaching up high to grab something high from a shelf, or if you've had breast augmentation of any kind, you've got to listen to this video.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say also, if you've worked out heavily, but only in the front of the body, this is probably a good video for you to watch too.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not medical doctors, we're massage therapists, and we've been practicing for the past 15 years now. 15 years.
Yeah.
And so we're giving you experience from 15 years of doing neuromuscular massage on a wide variety of clients. We have professional, collegiate, semi-professional, highly athletic adults. We worked on grandmas, grandpas, kids, all sorts of people. Okay, so Brian's going to give us the story here about this important muscle.
Okay. So really, it is one of the most powerful muscles in the body, and it definitely has an impact on your posture, it can impact your breathing, and like we were saying with the arms, it affects the movement of your arms. So again, very powerful muscle, and again, like we were saying, if you can't reach behind your back, if you can't reach up, all that stuff, this muscle is probably part of the problem, right? So what is this muscle? This is the pectoralis major, best known as the pecs, okay? And we kind of drew a little picture up here of where this muscle is at. So I just divided it into 3 lines because it's sort of the way this muscle is designed. So right down here, just in the lower part of your chest, right where the ribs are, this muscle attaches and then runs right up and attaches into your upper arm. And then the middle section actually runs all the way up the sternum, and runs the same place and attaches right in the upper arm. And then the last, or what are called the upper fibers, come off the clavicle. So this section right here of the clavicle and comes down and attaches into the arm. So pretty much from here to there is your pectoralis major. And obviously it's on both sides.
Right.
Okay, so that's where they're located at. And what's interesting about this is that the upper fibers sort of angle down and the lower fibers sort of angle up, and they kind of cross each other. So that these upper fibers are actually on the lower part on your arm, and then the lower fibers are on the upper part of it as you get to the arm. And it's just the way the muscle is designed. I think it's what gives it a lot of its power. Okay, so really what does this muscle do? Well, this muscle pulls your shoulders forward and rotate your arms inward. So when we talk about posture, this is a big deal. This is the big daddy, right? Because if you think about it, if it's pulling your shoulders forward and it's rotating your arms in, this is rounded shoulder. I mean, we had talked about the head on a couple videos before, but it's this roundedness, this is terrifyingly bad posture, but it's unfortunately very common. And it's this muscle because of where it's located at, and its job is to pull that in. That's what it wants to do. The other important thing that this muscle does, because it attaches down here into the rib cage, is to pull the ribs upward. And you usually see that when your arms are locked, say like if you were on a pool and you were going to push yourself out of the pool onto the side of the pool, and you were breathing in quickly. So you were like, and then you went up. That would be part of what this thing does.
Right.
And we had talked about me having so you can, if you're tight here, you can actually have little spasms in here when you try to pull yourself out of the pool.
Right.
It's the pectoralis major that's getting that spasm.
It's a good clue. You know you're tight.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think we're going to talk about me having that, but we'll do that in our next video.
Yes.
And then it's also just the movement of the arms. So the arms moving backwards and the arms moving forward that these muscle fibers do. So again, that's where you impact the arm movement, is because of what the muscles do if they're tight.
Right.
So if you're in this position of rounded and then they're tight and they're going to affect the movement, you're really going to be in very bad posture. You're not going to have a lot of good range of motion, and your breathing is going to be impacted pretty significantly.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I wanted to mention too that if you've had any voluntary or involuntary surgery in the breast area, ladies, then so whether you've had breast augmentation, you've had a lumpectomy, a mastectomy, radiation in this area, that muscle is greatly effective. I've seen it over and over again with my clients, and they didn't even know this muscle was tight and causing restriction. And once we got in there, it made such a big difference for them.
And I think that's a good point for all of us. Really, it's not like you have a warning light like on your car when something's wrong, right? So you would be. It's not uncommon for people to be in very bad posture and not really truly either understand it's bad posture or even feel like they're in bad posture, right?
Yeah.
And so then when we start getting in and start working on it, that's when we really start to realize just how much it's impacted on.
Right.
Okay,
so tomorrow we're going to talk about some common and uncommon muscle pain patterns.
I'm going to talk about one.
Yeah. And then we're also going to give you some self-care techniques and tips that you can do at home to help open up and relax these muscles.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so every month we teach a free self-care class. So if you would like to get notified of when we're teaching the next one, then just follow the link that's attached to this and just drop in your email and we'll let you know when our next free class is.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thanks so much.
All right.
Okay,
Look
Brian
forward
and
to seeing you
Christina
tomorrow.
from Your Healthy Steps.
All right, take
Bye-bye.
care.